Welcome back to part two. We have a disaster, so there you can see it. Follow along, see what happens. Good morning. So there we have it on one day after the fitting started. So as you can see, yesterday morning I had the plasterer first thing, so he came nice and early, and it's so much improved. He was really great actually. I was at work and he just cracked on with it. So what a difference, so worth doing. He's filled the hole up where the fan went from the oven. I didn't realise there was a hole there with a coving, but that can be sorted. That's not a problem. But how smooth the walls are, and all the plugs are all taped up now, all the wires are ready. He's done a great job. So this would have been so difficult with the cupboards in. I'm so glad I didn't let anyone do this after installing the units. So really pleased with the plasterer. And then we did the first part of the installation, but guess what, there was a disaster. The first unit to go in smashed. So the box was actually smashed. I couldn't have seen that because the conservatory was full. Good morning, Cookie. Good morning, sweetie. So this is an £800 unit, so obviously this is where it's going to be. That's the fridge freezer place, and this needed replacing. So disaster. The kitchen unit fitters couldn't believe it because that is the first one in the row, so that impacts on everything. So what they decided to do was they're going to build all this corner up, and then they're going to have to unbuild it again, because these are bespoke units, so it's going to take 10 days for them to come. So that one's I've ordered the carcass, and that one will be about 10 days. So this is massively impacted on their availability to come back, and the whole shebang essentially. So I'll tell you more about what you have to do in this situation. It's not good. They don't just pick them off the shelf, that's the trouble, because the fitters wanted it to come. Oh, that's polythene, I nearly had a fit then. They wanted it today, no chance of that. So what do you think to the actual units? I'm shocked with myself because this is not my vibe, but I'm absolutely getting into the natural look totally. So I'm absolutely thrilled with these. They look brilliant. They're really new in Wren, so I don't think many people have had them fitted. And as I say, they are the Infinity Plus range, so they're the top-notch ones. And then my son and I chose this colour, I think it's seagrass, but I'll tell you more about that, to complement it. And again, this is way out of my comfort range. Mixing and matching is not my vibe. So yeah, it's been sort of uncomfortable, but I do really like it. I'm really glad. The fitters think it's great. Well, they would say that anyway, wouldn't they, I suppose. But yeah, I'm really pleased with the choice, and they were saying the quality of the unit's really good, and they really like the fact that, for instance, this one is, you've got the gap, they don't have to be sawing and cutting and everything, so it's really great. So that's the boiler one. So the tiler doesn't know it yet, but he's got to make a box round here that will pull off, and then it'll be covered with tiles, and the gas man will be able to get to the boiler. Last night I was so cold because we have to have the window open. Oh, in fact, I'll do that now. We had to have the window open to let the air in. Oh, and I was freezing. I just ramped the boiler up to full blast because I just got really cold to my bones, you know, as you do. So over here we've got that unit. It goes across the bottom. That's what I call my baking area. And these are the top units for over the cooker. So the bit of a drama about the cooker, the induction cooker. So that will go about here. But I said to him, where's the air going to be vented? And I didn't understand what I was ordering. So I've gone back to ordering a Cookology induction, that downward induction that I had before that I was really happy with. So that's going to be ordered today once he just confirms with me that the measurements are okay. I'll order that from Amazon and that'll come in a couple of days, so it's not business critical yet, but the quartz man will need it installed in order to do the template, and he's coming next week. I've told the kitchen fitters that the quartz people are coming next week, but I've sort of kept it a bit vague. But they sort of, yeah, they over dramatise. You will get that, and I know that they'll be ready in time. If not, I'll move it. It's not a big deal. Some quartz fitters, apparently, they will fine you, make you pay if they come out and you're not ready. But I think a quick phone call will just suffice. Oh, and so there was another fault as well. I'm not 100% sure what's wrong, but there's something wrong with this right-hand one. I don't know. So I sent a video to Wren, and they'll send a replacement, not a problem, but they really don't know what's wrong. So I need to ask the fitter what's really wrong with that. So my conservatory is a lot less cluttered, and I can get to the fridge now without having to go outside, which is absolutely amazing. Some of the units are still in the garage. That's okay. They're the plinths and things, and some here. But I'm just really happy that the fitters have stacked my utilities on cardboard. That's so nice of them and really helpful, so I don't ruin my wooden floor. This cooker's here. I've not had any interest in it whatsoever. Hopefully that's going to gauge interest. The minute it does, it's going. Somebody's going to have that. I'll just reduce it to the price. So I'm just going to take my dogs a walk. Can you see my little sweetie? Hello. Sorry, dog voice there. And I wasn't going to do progress updates, but I might do, because I think it's interesting to see the installation, isn't it? I know I'd be interested. I'd be glued. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching. Let's get on to another day and see the progress. Okay, so we've had another full day of work with 2 fitters, and this is the update. So we've got this length of units pretty much in. There's the corner just down there to do, but I'm loving the units. I've got my cutlery drawer in situ, and underneath drawer I have, oh, excuse me, there's the bin drawer. This is my favourite drawer. Do you know that? These bins are extortionate prices, but I do think it's worth it. It's so nice. Just, oh yeah, they should have a handle on. Yeah, they do. They are so nice to take to the bin. You know, so much better. Bin storage is like my #1 must-have. So that's a beautiful self-closing unit. Right, so just a couple of things just to mention. I don't really know why it's that thick, but he was saying that because the guy that came to measured with tiles on, it's altered the thickness by that much both sides. Well, the tiles weren't that thick, but I suppose there's plaster. But he says he's going to do it at both ends to make sure the kitchen fits snugly. So I'm not, I think, yeah, I'm not fully understanding that the tiles weren't that thick either side. But anyway, he knows best. He's the kitchen fitter, I'm not the kitchen fitter. So we've got the piping in. Very kindly, he has changed the outdoor plug to the outdoor water tap, sorry, to a copper pipe because he said it was plastic, so that was nice of him. So that's all done. Boiler cupboard's ready. I think that was probably like that last time we looked, but this is the new surprise. So this is my baking area. It's all gone in here. I just wanted somewhere where there were no overhead cabinets, where I could lean over and I could store everything together. So all my jars and flowers and things like that are going to go in there. You know, all your baking trays and everything. I'm hoping that that works. So we need the shelving to go in. I said, oh, can I start filling? He said, no chance. Because you just want to get done, don't you? You just want to get some things away, because I'm living like a homeless person at the moment. But I love that you come in and you see that nice panel there. So I understand things a bit better today. This one that's damaged isn't the first one, because he said he's got to undo everything and do everything, blah, blah, blah. So this one goes behind here, so it is actually the worst place, because everything else buffs up to this. So this is why there's a major issue. So this is cupboard. Oh, that's the oven area there. I ordered my new hob. That should come today. I've gone for all singing, all dancing. It's the Bosch. So excited for that. Downward vent. Beautiful. Can't wait. I'm not sure if you saw this cupboard. Oh, other sides. Oh, that's interesting. So I don't know. That might be. Oh, that's the fridge freezer cupboard, isn't it? So stupid, aren't I? That's the fridge freezer cupboard. Yeah, plastering's drying out nicely. Lots of ventilation all the time. And here's not looking too bad. Not too bad. Hopefully somebody's coming for the cooker tomorrow. I'm just sick of, you know, you get to the point where you're sick of it, because I'm just, you know, it's difficult to even boil a kettle or get a drink, but it needs to happen. So there's nothing you can do. What do you think? Is it looking good so far? You can see a dent there. You do get sort of, when they're working, you start looking and picking fault. So that's definitely a small dent. Oh, they did say that at the back of this cabinet, it was there was a breakage, but because it went against the wall, and obviously the worktop and everything goes on top, they just left it. But that was another bit of damage. Oh, and he did tell me that this cabinet that's damaged was absolutely trashed at the top and the back and the sides. So this is no good at all. He said it's had a proper battering. I've booked for the gas man to come and do the radiator, because those strips there, it's still going there and we can see properly now, and he can move the pipe work from under there, which is under the cabinet presently, so he'll have to do that. And I've chased up the tiler, because I just get a bit worried when people ghost me. So he's supposed to be coming to look soon. Yeah, so we'll see what today brings. Oops, this floor is a nightmare. The dogs can't come in here because there's jutty up screws and it's like nasty, really. So they're doing half a day today, 2 men, half a day, and see what happens today. Further updates to follow. Let me know if you think they're making good progress. Yeah, there's a lot of drilling and banging. But what he was saying was, because the walls are so uneven, just before somebody says comments, the walls, everything's out. You know what it's like. And he said there's so much behind the scenes. I don't know if you can see, but there's a little pads, and he said they're trying to do things like that. And if you look at that, you can see how that tapers out or tapers in. But he said they're having to do quite a lot to pad fit, etc. So yeah, all good. Adios. So I'm going to just share some pictures with you now. I will link the units I chose as well on the next video, because I think the wooden ones are very new to Wren and I hadn't seen any pictures in the showroom of people having had them. But to go with this contrast was very brave, I think, but I absolutely loved it. The Belfast sink's gone in now, look, and the washing machine, and the dishwasher will be in also. So keep watching, because it's all coming together now and we need to stick together till the end. Please like, subscribe and comment. At this point I'm still waiting for that unit. It takes 10 days and it was so frustrating. Wren would not bring it earlier or do anything like this, so I was in a state of flux at least 3-4 weeks. I think the whole kitchen took 4 weeks in total. And this is the state of the conservatory as we go along. But look at the stuff they left the whole time. It's absolutely chaotic, but the end is in sight. So here we see the top units going in. I want to save the final reveal, so keep watching.